5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, Jaguars. How y'all doing today? This is Left Side of the Brain. It's beautiful out here. I'm just enjoying the day, looking at the nice ducks, and just wanted to touch bases with the team. Jaguars up. Go ahead and hit the likes button, subscribe to the channel, and good news, we are getting closer and closer to the 200 mark on Instagram. So go ahead, invite friends, invite family members. Let's get it done, people. Now, without further ado, let's get right into today's topic. I want to talk about wisdom versus material things. And this subject matter was given to me today via the Spirit. And let's start from the top. A couple things I'm going to touch on in this video. Get your paper out, get your pens out. This is fall semester. And just to let you know, this fall semester, we're turning up the volume. We're turning up the volume. Everything is going to increase this fall semester. Okay, I was in Walmart today. Okay, and I saw a female, and she was attractive. And it was some tension between me and her. When I say tension, I don't mean like beef, but I'll put it like this. It wasn't no tension on my side. It was tension on her side. Because usually when a female is digging you, if she finds you attractive, she has to make it difficult for you to understand that she is attracted to you. Many times this is the case in social situations. Because for number one, a female, she is not a isolated type of creature. She is a social creature. So in settings that are not typically conducive to meeting the opposite sex, they will tend to shun anybody that's, pursuing them. Similar to how animals are in nature. When you see lions and lionesses, typically the female will run. And even amongst the human species, the female will show you signs of that she is attracted, but yet and still, because women lack the initiative like men, then 9 times out of 10, they won't approach you. But then it's a bit of, there's a loophole even in that, what I said. Because depending on, let me straighten that out now. Because I don't, left side of the brain gonna get it right. Depending on who you are as a man. You see, a female might find you attractive, and I'm getting somewhere, so just be patient. A female might find you attractive, but because you are a man, like I said, she's going to make it difficult for you. Because remember, we're still in the organic portal realm. She don't know where you sit in your mental, okay? So it's not that they don't like to go for what they see. It all depends on if they already know that you have a check in your box. A check for one box says acceptable by society. Another box saying unacceptable by society standards, okay? So let's get it right. We're not gonna give them no excuses or anything. Now, anyway, this female saw me, I saw her. Of course, when there is attractiveness, sometimes that can lead to timidness. Not on my behalf, but on her behalf. She looked at me again, and I noticed that she could pick up on my signals. And see, women can feel things. Like I always tell myself, when you are out in public and if you see a female, she has already picked up that you have detected her. She already knows that your radar has zeroed in on her. She knows it. And sometimes they're going to do two things. They're going to make themselves acceptable, or they're going to run. Like the fight or flight response thing during the time of emergency. They're going to do those two things. Or they may wade between the two. And she was like wading between the two. Because number one, she didn't know me. And number two, it has to do with energy as well. Okay. Now I'm building up to a point. Now, what she was feeling was, I like this guy. Or that's probably what she said. I don't call myself a guy because that's one letter from gay. But she was saying in her mind, I like this guy, because that's the terminology they use. But I'm not going to let him know it. And I was saying to myself, I know how females think, and I'm going to most likely have to approach her because she don't know me from TV, from playing for a professional ball team. You see, she don't know me from being a actor or a popular musician or anything like that. So I said to myself, most likely I'm going to have to approach this female. And she wasn't in a club. We were not in a club setting, you see. So, having all that down inside of my mind, I made the move. So I said, excuse me. She turned around, looked, had a little smile on her face. I said, how you doing? I said, I like the color of your hair. She had like this purple, no, it was like green. It was dark green, but it went with her. It went with her style or whatever. And we started talking, and I said, so, can I take your phone number down? She looked at me, had a little smile on her face. And of course, you know, women, they always going to make it difficult. They always going to, you know how they do. Just like, you see, they are the organic portal realm. Even the Bible say her womb, not room, womb, W-O-M-B, is the matrix. And it's just like entering a building, right? You know how you got to go through all the screening and the metal detectors and all of that? The female does the same thing, because if she's going to allow you to enter the matrix, because like I said, it all boils down to dicks, penises, vagina, pussy. That's all this whole thing is about. That's what and egotism. That's what it boils down to. And sex, and you getting an erection, and she feeling some tingling down there, and all of these facades and stuff. That's all this stuff is about. But anyway, so, you know, me, I was applying the Trinity that I spoke about on the video that I did Sunday, the Trinity. Confidence, common sense, and intelligence. These are the tools you must apply in this world. And mind you, when you apply these tools, it'll get you everything in this life. Confidence, common sense, and intelligence. Boom. All right? So I said to her, can I take your number down? She looked at me. She said, what do you want from me? She had a little smile on her face. I said, I just want to get to know you. That's what I told her. But I don't want to get to know her. Not like that. Let's just be real. I don't want to get to know that girl. You know, I saw her and I was like, you know, like any man would, I see myself screwing this girl. Just like any other man. But me using my common sense and intelligence and confidence. See, I'm telling y'all this story because I had to apply all three of these mandates. I don't even know if I used the right word, but I had to use all three of these mandates in order to talk to this female, okay? Because again, me not being an organic portal, I know how to deal with these people. Now somebody might say, well, left side of the brain, because somebody has asked me this before. They said, what business do you have talking to an organic portal? Okay. All of these people, all of these women, I'm going to tell you, brother, and I'm talking to the men right now, 99.9% of all these females are organic portals. I'm going to just be straight up with you. Your mother was probably an organic portal. I mean, until they make human sex bots, you're going to have to deal with females. You're going to have to deal with the people in this world. There's no way around it. See, one thing about left side of the brain, this university, we deal with logic, we deal with wisdom, we deal with all of that. But I was thinking today, one thing about this world, a lot of times I don't want to be around these people. I don't want to be here. But then the spirit dropped something in me. It said, as long as you are in this physical body, you are going to have to deal with things in this environment that you necessarily don't want to put up with. For instance, I'm out here right now and I'm in front of the lake, but I have to deal with other people walking by. I have to deal with mosquitoes. So it's a give and take thing in everything in nature. You see what I'm saying? I want to be out here, but while I'm out here, mosquitoes are out here. They're not bothering me right now, but I had to shoo a couple of them away since I've been speaking. So that's my point, okay? So I had to clear that out of the way. All right, so I'm talking to the girl. I told her, yeah, I just want to get to know you. I said you cute or whatever, and I was like, oh, you got some pretty toes. Because I like girls who have like paint their toes and keep their fingernails up and, you know. So, you know, just natural things, you know what I'm saying? Let's just be real. And she said, okay, she gave me her number, right? So we started talking, and one thing led to the next. It wasn't a long, drawn-out conversation because I don't spend much time talking to these people, and I don't take these people serious. So I'm going to let y'all know that right now. Like I told y'all, I do enough to get what I need out of these people, then I leave, okay? So she gives me her phone number, and I said a few more words, but I stopped myself in the middle of my sentence when I was speaking to her. I asked her what nationality she was, and she said, I said, let me guess, you Filipino? She said, no. She said, my mom is Mexican and my father is black. I said, oh, I said, okay. I said, so, I said, you black then? I said, because you are what your father is. So then I was about to go deeper in it, but then I said, stop right there. That's what I said in my mind. And I realized who I'm dealing with, where I was, and I started implementing those 3 rules: confidence, common sense, and intelligence. The confidence was walking up to her. The common sense was knowing when to not go too deep in a conversation with her. And the intelligence was looking around, and I was scanning my surroundings before I even spoke to this girl. Because me, I'm not like them, you see. As a person with a soul, those organic portals, they can get away with more stuff than somebody like myself. Because I'm not a clique type of person. I'm not in the in crowd. You see what I'm saying? So I had to make sure that nobody's looking. And so I used all 3 of those rules before I approached this female. So she gave me her number. And the reason why I didn't go deep in the conversation with her was because I knew what I was dealing with. Now, you're probably saying, well, what was she, left side of the brain? Was she an organic portal? Was she a 1/10? What was she? Just by speaking to her, for all intents and purposes, she's an organic portal. But she was attracted to me at the same time. Now, At the same rate, she don't know who I am, but she knows who I am. She just can't pinpoint who I am. You see what I'm saying? And I'm smart enough to not let her into my security code. Just how they do it, I reverse the game and do it to them as well. Because all of this is a chessboard. Like I said before, this whole world is laid out with lines of longitude and latitude. You ever seen a globe and it has those lines of longitude and the lines of latitude? What that reminds me of is a checkerboard or a chessboard. So that means everything in this world is a game. So I play the game and she played the game. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like playing games. But I'm gonna be real with you. Left side of the brain is real. See, a lot of people wouldn't say what I'm telling you right now because they want to look like they don't look at females. I'm not like that. I'm a real person. Left side of the brain is real. You see? So I realized what I was dealing with. I realized the situation. And I realized that this is a girl that most likely she would fall in a category of organic portal. And then you got the levels of programming within the organic portals. Okay, some of them are in higher positions. Then you have the laymen. Like on jobs, you have people with the lower positions. Your everyday people in society, they make up like the lower, department of, they basically like the sanitation department people. Not putting people down who work in sanitation department, but there is a level of hierarchy in the organic portal kingdom, right? So she would be more of a lay person. She would be more so the person who filters out what men gets to talk to females and what men can have children and what men can't. You see what I'm saying? So I had to use all three of those things in dealing with this female. Now, organic portals, they are made up of skin, flesh, and bone. What they lack is soul. They lack soul, collection of material, which can give you that 1/10 status or that 2/10, 3/10 status. They lack soul. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, if you have sex with an organic portal female, we all have. Let's be real. I have slept with an organic portal female before. Mr. Holy, then thou, you have as well. Your mother was probably one of them. You see? So, in my mind, I'm not looking for no good woman. Because I've thrown all of that out of the window. You see what I'm saying? Because I know what year we're living in. I know it's getting closer to 2020. And another thing, I don't expect good things to happen. I just let things happen. I did a video about that. And everything that I teach on this channel is to allow you to break the rope of connection to this world. And part of that connection is expecting things, expecting people. I'm not talking about the Most High. I'm talking about expecting people to fall through for you. Now, if the Most High wills them to fall through for you, then it will happen, you see. But I'm not putting no stock in any of these people, because that's like gambling. In the stock market, you're gambling with your money. I'm not going to gamble with my time putting stock in these people. Okay, so anyway, and also the reason why I didn't go into too much intelligent conversation with her is because that would have lost her. You see what I'm saying? And I had an objective. You see? I had an objective. You see? And why I say that would have lost her is because these women do not want intelligent men. They don't. The reason why they don't want intelligent men, because it goes back to that submission thing and submitting to the will of God. Because they are not connected to him, they do not want anything to do with how he set things up, how he set things in order. You see what I'm saying? He put man, woman, and child, and animals. You see, he set things up in a certain order, but they don't want to follow that. And another reason why they don't want to deal with intelligent men, because intelligent men are not in the mainstream of things. Let me reframe that. Independent, intelligent men like myself, independent, intelligent men that's not into like the group thinking, men who think for themselves, men who are innovative, you know, those type of men to a woman, they are too far left. So that's why women gravitate towards pop culture. That's why little teenage girls, they like just, you know, what's his name? Justin Bieber and Lil Xan, the rapper. I don't know, the new stuff they listen to. You know, they like stuff like that because it's pop culture. It's in. Their friends like it. It's socially acceptable. So that's why men who are considered odd, females, they don't want to give you none. No pussy. This is a adult channel. Let's be frank. They don't want to give you no pussy. They are designed to put an X up in their mind when your face pops up into their computer scan. They have a red X that pops up in their mind that's superimposed onto your face, and he's not acceptable. Okay, but it's ways around that. Okay, it's ways around that. And I know somebody will say, why would you talk to the person? Like I explained, everything in this world is controlled by organic portals. When you go into a bank and putting your money into the bank, you're putting your money into something that they control. You see what I'm saying? Even the money you use has all of the sigils of the Illuminati on the money. The pyramid, the all-seeing eye, everything is encoded that we use in this world. Even your social security number. You need it in order to operate with them. Even though it's a vice of the organic portal realm, nevertheless, you still need it. Okay? And like I said, unless you're going to masturbate for your whole entire life, then you're going to have to talk to females. Unless you're going to me, I'm a man. I like women. I have high testosterone. Now, I'm not saying go out here and chase no woman and stop doing what you have to do. Basically, never let no female or any organic portal, period, whether male or female, never let them get you off of your path. You see, never let them divert you. As long as you know what you are doing, it's a green light. You see? So let me get into the meat of the subject matter. Now, see, wisdom versus material things. You see, this girl, she only attracted to me because of material things. Material things, right? Now, I'm not saying that. No, I am saying that. She's not worth talking to this type of information. She's not worth telling this information to. But she was attracted to me based upon physicality. First thing a woman sees is looks. She didn't care about no knowledge I had. She didn't care about no wisdom. She don't care about left side of the brain channel. She don't care about organic portal, university. She don't care about any of that. Only thing she cares about, how I look, what I had on, how did my body oil smell, my physique. That's the only thing she's thinking about. Okay? Because what I tell you, it's all about penises and dicks and vaginas and pussies and egos. These people, they not thinking about this stuff that we be talking about. They not thinking about it. So just erase that out of your mind. So anyway, she would never appreciate wisdom from me. She wouldn't want to be with me because of wisdom. Now, that's just a way to tell how wisdom in this world is not appreciated, but yet wisdom is the only thing that doesn't depreciate. Okay? Even that girl, no matter how attractive she was, she is going to depreciate over time. All of the clothes that I had on at the time are going to depreciate over time. If you buy a brand new car off the car lot, let's just say you buy a 2018 Mercedes-Benz fresh off the car lot, it's going to depreciate over time. If you take that vehicle off the car lot and you embellish it, let's say you take the factory radio and you remove it from the car, and then you put a customized radio in it. As soon as you do that, any auto salesman who's listening to me, they will tell you that as soon as you do that, the value of that vehicle will depreciate. But that's the total opposite of wisdom. You can add things to wisdom and it appreciates. Science appreciates over time. Your history books appreciates over time. They don't degrade. More information is added to it. The volume of books in the library collection, it adds over time. It appreciates over time. Material things depreciate. Isn't that something? But people will value the thing that depreciates over time more than the thing that appreciates over time. Okay? Case in point, I'm going to use another female for an example. And the reason why I use females a lot is because you can even look in the Bible. There's a scripture that says her womb is the matrix, right? And I had came up with this organic portal thing about women being the gateway into the matrix, and they were the actual component of it, even before I saw that scripture. But when I saw that scripture, I was like, wow, you know what? That means it was some Gnostics a long, long time ago who had figured this stuff out. So that was just a confirmation to me. So I'm gonna give you another example. I seen this girl, right? And she was walking down the street, and she had the physique of an attractive girl. She had some sex appeal to her, but she was a street girl. And I was saying to myself, if somebody would have raised her right, she would be worth more than what she is. Her value depreciated because she added a lot of things to natural beauty. Meaning she had a bunch of tattoos on her leg, tattoos on her chest, but I can tell that, yeah, and still she was an attractive girl. And I was saying to myself, it's a shame that a lot of these females, because they don't have positive role models in their life, no father figure, they just turn to crap. You know, she probably dealt with a whole lot of negative men, slept with a lot of negative men, put their spirit inside of her. Because, you know, when a woman sleeps with a man, she takes on his spirit. And that's another thing for another conversation. Something else I was thinking about earlier to add to that, but I'm going to save that. But anyway, I was looking at her and I was saying to myself, she is an exact example of what I'm saying about things depreciating, material things depreciating. But wisdom, because I'm looking at a body as something material, it's physical, material, it depreciates. Because if that's all you live for, it's egotism. And you know how girls, I got this little short dress on, like I said, it's all about penis and vagina. Oh, I'm driving this car, I got these clothes on. You know how they take them selfies and stuff like that. If that's all you are about, and you neglect wisdom, then that's basically a depreciation over time. Because you're going to be like 80 and 70. Because we're going to see the year 2070. Some of us going to be 70 years old in the year 2070. Some of us are going to be, we're going to be here. So all of the material things that we have in this life, they are going to depreciate over time. The only thing that you can pass on and build upon are lessons like this, like the lessons on the left side of the brain channel. You can keep this forever. You'll be 80 and 90 with this type of information. The shoes that you have on now, by the time you're 80 and 90, they won't be any good. They'll be played out. They'll be out of style. That's a form of depreciation. Things playing out, no longer in style. Wisdom don't play out, my man. Wisdom don't play out. You know what I'm saying, Jack? Wisdom don't play out. Wisdom only grows and increases. And when you add to it, it doesn't make it become of less value. You see what I'm saying? And it's just sad that, you know, everybody don't get this. And that brings another subject in mind that I'm going to save for another video. I think I'm going to do 2 videos today. I'm going to go into that on the next video. But for this video's sake, it's just sad that, you know, intelligence is basically looked down upon in this world when it's used for the right reason. Because intelligence is just like I say, the people who run this world, they use the elements, the natural laws against us. Meaning, what we fail to do, that's when they come in and take advantage of. Because we fail to live off nature, they're able to come in and use that lack of doing as far as following the laws of nature. They can use that against us. And they can say, because they won't do for themselves, then we're going to grow all the food. We're going to take over all the land. We're going to disconnect them from living off the land. We're going to make them pay bills to us. We're going to make them drive on our streets. We're going to make them use everything opposite of what they really supposed to be doing. So basically, that's all they do. They just use intelligence in a different angle. You know what I'm saying? You can come at it from the right side or the left side. You see what I'm saying? They use it. It's like water. You can use boiling water to boil an egg, or you can use that same hot boiling water and you can throw it on somebody and give them 3rd-degree burns. Because the elements are neutral. You see what I'm saying?